I can remember, more than several times, my mother talking about her childhood growing up in the mountains of southwest Virginia. She would speak of what she called the Great Depression. It was in the early 1930s, and how hard times were, and how her father, my grandfather, would do all he could to keep the family clothed and fed. Many times, my grandfather, a very proud man, as all those folks in southwest Virginia still are, had to swallow his pride and go to the county welfare office for help. And it didn't help at all, as the coal mines had all but shut down. For all those people, my mother and father, this song is for you.
The spring rain stopped, and the summer sun turned the green corn and wheat to brown. And Mother sewed our winter clothes, and she canned food, 'cause the snow would soon cover the ground. And with the coming of spring we planted seed, and we waited for the rains now long overdue. But instead of rain, it was just wind and dust. It was 1932. The bank foreclosed on my daddy's farm and told us we had to get out. My daddy's hair turned from black to gray, from worry and fear and doubt. And Mama's cough kept getting worse from the dust the strong winds blew. But life wasn't worth a nickel in 1932. 11 kids plus Mom and Dad, 2 dogs and a cat. The only food we had were greens and some rabbits that we'd trapped. Mama's cough almost got her down, but she said that she could make it through. But life was short and going cheap in 1932. We all worked in the cotton fields for 50 cents a day, saving every cent so we could buy a truck, and then we could move away to the land of the milk and the honey and good paying work to do. The California dream was ours in 1932. Just across the California line, Mom passed away. We buried her beside the road and made a cross to mark her grave. Daddy shook his fist and he cursed the Lord, but there was not much he could do. It seemed God had turned his back on us in 1932. We pulled into a labor camp. Our truck was out of gas. Daddy said he'd find the man in charge, and we'd all have work at last. But the man just laughed and said, no work, looks like the joke's on you. Seems times were hard almost everywhere in 1932. Late last night my daddy shot himself, and it stirred up quite a fuss. He said he had left his life in pride, buried back home in the dust. They put us kids all in a home, but one night I broke loose. I was cold and I was all alone in 1932. Now the time has passed and I can still recall that awful year. And sometimes I wake up at night still shaking cold with fear. Though there's been times almost as bad, man, I'm telling you, life for us was a living hell in 1932.